everyone, the Snowman here, another tennis preview video today. It's my 2023 Wimbledon Women's Draw preview. Please check out my men's preview too. Give me a thumbs up if you're enjoying the tennis coverage, but Elena Rybakina, the defending champion on the women's side, Russian and Belarusian players allowed to play this year at Wimbledon unlike last, so let's analyze the draw and preview these championships. Let's pull up the first section of the women's draw. Some really exciting storylines that come with it, including three women who are joint favorites to win the Wimbledon title this year. Very rare that there's this much parity at the top. Aryna Sabalenka, Elena Rybakina, and Iga Swiatek all at plus 400 or 4-to-1 odds. So let's start with number one, Swiatek. This is her section. She's coming off her fourth major title at Roland Garros. Only turned 22 years old, so the future's still very bright. Became the third player to win each of her first four Grand Slam finals, along with Celis and Osaka. The youngest to win four majors since Serena. Iga not as dominant on grass. Her career win percentage on the surface just 62% compared to 75% on hard court and 88% on clay. She's been to the semis or better at three of the four majors, but not past the round of 16 at Wimbledon. Swiatek had a productive week in Bad Homburg, and the biggest news of this draw is that Swiatek in her own half, Sabalenka and Rybakina on the other side. This is the first tournament all year where Iga and Rybakina both played and weren't put in the same half of the draw. In fact, she has a great chance to make her first Wimbledon quarterfinal and perhaps beyond. The other top seeds to watch out for: number 14, the former Wimbledon junior champ Belinda Bencic; 11, Kasatkina; number 7, Coco Gauff at the bottom versus compatriot Sofia Kenin. How about Venus Williams versus Elina Svitolina in the first round? With Venus, we have a 43-year-old five-time Wimbledon champion, and Svitolina now back on tour at age 28 after becoming a mother. Svitolina leads the head-to-head 3-1, but they've never faced off on grass. That should be an enthralling encounter. Moving on to section number 2, where there's copious amounts of opportunity for anyone looking to make a semifinal run. At the top, the 4-seed Jess Pegula having a solid season in 2023, but will be playing in just her fourth Wimbledon main draw. Not a ton of grass court experience to draw from. Pegula's form has dipped a little bit the last couple of months, so like I talked about in my men's preview with the Casper Ruud section, this Pegula section definitely the most wide open in theory. The 5-seed Caroline Garcia is a great server. She's won 3 titles on grass, so definitely a threat here. But I like two other names to go far. Number 15, Lyudmila Samsonova with a relatively easy draw. She comes alive on grass, just a 45% win percentage on clay, 58 on hard court, but Samsonova wins 65% of her matches on grass. She has the power game to cause some trouble. I also like number 20, Donna Vekic, off the heels of a final in Berlin where she upset the defending Wimbledon champ Rybakina. Vekic also knocking off Sakari last week. Excellent form for the Croatian. And a quick shout out to former world number 2, Anett Kontaveit. I believe this is the last tournament of her career, the highest ranked Estonian player in history. She could be one of many unseeded players to potentially escape this part of the draw. Now, there's a stark contrast between section 2 and 3. Quarter number 3 has just about all of the heavy hitters. It starts at the bottom with the defending champ, 3-seed Elena Rybakina, who's trying to become the first woman to defend the title at Wimbledon since Serena in 2016. An incredible season so far for Rybakina, winning Indian Wells and Rome. There truly is a big three in women's tennis right now. Rybakina excellent on grass, 19-7 career record, has only ever lost one tiebreaker out of 8 on the surface. A lot of that is because of the massive serving. She's number 1 again this year in total aces and ace percentage, powerful ground strokes, and delicate skills at the net. I think if I had to pick one player on paper to be the favorite, it's Rybakina. However, that was before seeing this draw. She may see Cornet in the second round, a notable giant killer. Katie Bolter is nearby. She just won Nottingham. Number 17, Yelena Ostapenko on a heater right now. Won Birmingham last week, her 6th career title. Wimbledon, the most consistent slam in her career. Number 13, Haddad Maia, a tenacious ball striker on grass. This surface her best too. And oh, by the way, that's not to mention the 2-time Wimbledon champion, 9-seed Petra Kvitova, who just won her 31st career singles title in Berlin. We've got the reigning Wimbledon finalist at the top, number 6, Ange Ons Jabeur. So between Rybakina, Ostapenko, Hadidmaya, Kvitova, and Jabeur, those are legitimately 5 of the top 12 favorites you would pick to win this competition. We're going to be gifted with some amazing matchups. Like I said, Rybakina is the favorite until someone knocks her off, but there's going to be a lot of carnage here in Section 3. Taking a peek at the final section, down at the bottom is our 2-seed Aryna Sabalenka. Semifinals are better in each of the past 3 majors. Didn't play Wimbledon last year because of the ban on Russian and Belarusian players. Sabalenka, the reigning Australian Open champion, and she's closing in on Swiatek for the #1 ranking. Would need a title in London, and for Iga to lose before the final, or Sabalenka would need to reach the final and have Swiatek lose early on. Either way, she's right in her prime and a huge threat to win Wimbledon. She'll just be happy she wasn't drawn in that third quarter. Sabalenka may be in for a Roland Garros rematch in the 4th round versus number 16 Muchova. They just met in the semis of the last major, with the Czech winning there. One unseeded player to look out for, Mira Andreeva, born in 2007, just 16 years of age, but dubbed by many as the next big thing in women's tennis. She's coming off a 3rd round appearance at the French Open. Krejcikova and Sakkari, the other top seeds here. It's definitely Sabalenka's section to lose. She's a safe bet to make the semis, and before the draw came out, I would have said Rybakina is my pick to win it all, but now I'm starting to feel like the stars may be aligning for Swiatek on her least favorite surface. Per usual, though, there's about 10 to 12 players that have a great chance of winning it all this year. Thank you so much for watching my women's Wimbledon draw preview. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you agree with, disagree with from my analysis, who you think is going to be winning the championship in a couple of weeks. Please take a look at my men's preview as well, and subscribe for more tennis content. Cheers!